5, 4, 3.
Alright, Ready Up's coming, and it's game time. 2K4 CTF, this is PUG number 3 on the night. Map number 1 is going to be Chrome, one we haven't seen in quite some time. It's been played for a long time, but typically very sparingly. It's a very defensive map. You're going to see only really two entrances and 2 exits into the bases, all very narrow corridors, or I should say very narrow quarters. And you already heard the blue team selling their strategy. They're actually going to play very defensively oriented. They're going to put one person in the flag area, and then they're going to have one person on this right side, and they're probably going to be roaming a little bit, but you're going to have one on this flak area, and then the other side is going to be rockets. And what they're going to do is it's going to be up to their discretion whether they want to push forward and help carry or help cover their flag carrier back across mid, or drop back to cut off flag carriers. So basically you're splitting this map up almost like a team deathmatch game, where each person has their sort of map control sections, and they're going to be responsible for patrolling them. You would think that in this map a lot of the fights come down, or excuse me, a lot of the caps come down to who can win these fights in mid. But truth be told, in my experience, the difference mostly comes down to whether your flag runner can get out to mid with a good amount of health and get a lot of kills himself. Flag runners that can cover themselves make a huge difference on this map. So right now, all the action is going to be in mid for a while. You've got a keg spawning on one side, an amp spawning on the other. Those are going to be obviously very important here. In my opinion, the amp probably more so, simply because with all of these splash damage you can put out with rockets and combos and all that, you're going to see a lot of that coming into players. You're going to be able to hit multiple people with it. Amp was taken, didn't see who grabbed it. Let's see if we can get a camera on it. As Blimpo is going to get out to mid here. Let's go ahead and just follow this flag then. So Ark got that flag coming out, no one in front of him yet. He's going to get out to mid, he's got plenty of cover there. So he's actually in good shape, getting back into his base, flag side. Their flag gets returned, Fro's ready for the cherry pick though. So they're going to have a little fight up here. Wow, he takes 3 rockets coming in, but Blimpo with a nice pick up there off Coolspot's clutch little kill. So they're ready to go in their flag room. However, they do have blue all over them. They're waiting to get this flag returned. It's going to go down right underneath the stand, and there they go. As you can imagine, with effectively, you might not even call it 2 routes across the map. Really, effectively 2 entrances and exits to the bases and 1 real route across mid. This map is really going to come down to a numbers game, and who not only who can outfrag the other team, but who can get there the quickest and who can find themselves in the right position. Typically, whoever's going to have the best deathmatching skills in mid is going to be able to dominate mid, but it still requires a flag carrier who can pull off some slick moves and cover themselves to get through mid. I've certainly been to some games where my team was very dominant as far as fragging ability, but we still had trouble capping because we didn't have maybe a flag carrier who could manage to get the flag out to mid. So it's going to be a combination there. I know we've already heard Blue's strategy. They're only going to have 2 people dedicated to offense. They're actually going to have effectively 3 defense, although 2 of their defense are going to be responsible for pushing up to help cover these flags across mid. The trouble being they're going to find themselves in situations like this where their flag is gone and their flag carrier is coming out. And so the flag carriers for blue are going to be responsible for covering themselves back out of the enemy base and getting themselves through that halfway point. And that's really going to be key, at least from their strategic standpoint. It looks like red might be doing a similar split. We've got PB sitting back on red flag. I'll try to push out a little bit and see what they're doing. They may be doing a left-right split as well. Looks like that's exactly what they're doing, with Coolspot taking the rocket side at least. Trying to push out now and covering as Ark gets himself across mid. He's going to be in his rockets. Once you get back into your base, you're typically home free if you have people in position to cut off those entrances. It takes a while to get back to your base. Does get denied on the stand, but they have someone close. It's a smart play, especially on a map like this where you can get where the flag carrier is going to get shot fairly easily as he's jumping to the stand. You want to have someone up close for the pickup. Good fundamental capture the flag right there. Red able to jump out to a 2-0 lead. Fro now trying to see if he can get a rebound here. He's going to get out pretty far. He's got PB respawning in front of him, but he's got cover. There's rockets and flat coming out. He's going to get out to mid. Got one man left to beat right there. It's going to be Coolspot, hoping some cover comes up quickly. He's going to get one kill, but he just happens to choose the wrong direction there, as that's where all the return was coming in. Looked like Dray grabbed that keg. That gets negated instantly, but let's see what he's going to do with this opportunity. Well, he's going to do nothing. As you see now, a rampage coming in for Josh. Looks like he's playing the mid side for red. I'm not sure if he's just roaming around though. He's going to jump around. He's going to push up a little bit now to try to cover this flag carrier. He's going to see the D coming out that little translocator exit there. Not able to push across in time though. He had the entire blue team there on cover. Basically just spamming the blue shock. You can get a lot of kills that way. However, of course, it will make you predictable and it will stick you in one spot. Amp coming up. Not going to get it. Dray's going to pick that one up. He does negate it though, so that's not going to do any good for blue. Josh's killing spree coming to an end. Lino going to grab. Not able to get anywhere with it. Blue team now down 2-0. Only about a quarter of the way into the game though. Certainly you can get a combination of those power-ups. You can turn things around very quickly. Ark's going to be jumping out, trying to cover himself. As again, you see a flag carrier can cover himself, going to get himself out to mid. And then it's up to his cover to be able to push up, and his defense to be able to push up and get those pickups. Not going to happen there. Let's go ahead and get a camera on the blue flag here. Doesn't look like they have anyone actually sitting on their stick at the moment. Maybe they push up one of their D. Maybe they figure they can push one left side D, one right side D, and push 3 offense. And that's what Notorious used to do, so it can be done. Ark's going to get himself out to mid, taking some shots. He's going to get across, run straight into the flag carrier though, so that flag's going to get returned. Lino now dancing around, trying to get some cover, trying to get a pickup. Not going to happen, as that one gets returned as well. So both teams trying to get their D back into position. Let's go ahead and take a look at the scoreboard here. So we have Ark with another grab, being very aggressive, trying to keep that flag moving. It's not so much about catching the D out of position. It's more about just seeing if you can get your timing right. Like in other words, catch a defender, getting armor on or getting ammo on the left side while you're running out right. And it's got them the flag back into the base. And it looked like really red there was able to just completely out-frag blue. That can obviously make a big difference in a small, tight little map like this. Probably the reason that, well, actually, now that you mention it, was this blue's map pick? It should have been blue's map pick. So perhaps blue didn't count on red having the fragging advantage here and being able to push across flags this easily. That said, Lino will get himself back out to mid. He's got cover this time. So they're going to get this pickup. He's going to get back onto his side. Someone needs to win this this battle there. It's not going to happen. Going to see Ark kind of dancing around. Finally goes out rockets. 2 in front of him though, or 2 behind him rather, and he's going to go down real quickly. Let's go ahead and do a run by the power-ups if we could. Nothing happening at Amp. Let's go ahead and give Josh a little FaceTime here. He's been roaming around mid for red. He's going to pick up that amp and timing that pretty effectively. Now he's going to fall back to his base, pick up a lightning gun. That way he can insta-give people, just do 140 damage instantly. Pushing out to mid, putting out a lot of damage but not hitting anybody. You're seeing a lot of sort of futility. Dray able to get that double kill in mid, but doesn't have any flag carriers grabbing the flag. And there you go. See Jesse with a grab. 2 people on him though, not going to go anywhere. A lot of teams will try to push a single flag carrier in, and maybe one cover in the front of the base to try to knock the defender off. Other teams will push 2 sort of full-fledged attackers in and just try to cover their way in and out. You really have to just sort of take what the defense gives you. That's one interesting factor of this map, is that there's many, since it's so tight, there's many different, slight variations on the formula, and sometimes you have to adjust your positioning to what the other team is giving you. As you see, red now getting this flag across the map a lot. You see another fourth cap there coming in. On paper, blue or red shouldn't really have a huge fragging advantage. I think the difference here is probably that their mid is having power-up control, or is a lot better at controlling these power-ups. I know Ark and Josh have been running around mid. We've seen Josh pick up, have really good control of the amp, and in fact, I'm curious if that's what red has done. Is they may have given basically one power-up side to one person and one power-up side to the other in mid, as opposed to having a left-right split. They effectively have a forward-back split, and that would allow them to split up the timing duties and not have to worry about trying to keep track of two at once. Just another way to play it. Not sure if that's what they're doing, but it might explain some of the roaming. Jesse now able to cover himself into his base, though. He's going to get in there. He's going to be in good position to stay alive for a while. He's got full health. Makes that lift jump wall dodge straight back to the flag stand, so he's ready to go. Let's go see where the other flag carrier is. Oh. Ark being a little sneaky now. I know the blue team has no idea where he is. The question is, do his teammates even know? A lot of times when you're trying something sneaky like this, you won't tell your teammates where you are. You'll just say, hey, just go get that return. Just go secure that flag, because you don't want them coming anywhere near you and tipping you off to the other team. So as Ark is hiding around, you see the flag getting returned. Neo now going to try to get this back across. The blue team was completely overrunning the red base, trying to figure out where their flag was. So now they're going to get this flag and stroll it right across the base. They definitely had the numbers there. Ark's going to go ahead and leave and try to make something of this. He's going to run head on, though, into the entire blue team. Because they're, well, maybe not the entire, because some of them are probably still back in red base. Does get caught in mid, though. Ooh, and doesn't cost them, though, because they're able to get that return on the other side. So a risky little maneuver there by Ark actually pays off, because they're able to get that return, and it doesn't end up costing him on his way back out. Let's take a look now, just about 8 minutes left. It's one of those maps where if you're in an empty server and you're running flag to flag, you can cap relatively quickly, but you're running through a gauntlet every time you get it, so it's really no way to speed run on this map. Certainly possible to cap 4 times in 8 minutes, but from what we're seeing, probably not going to happen. Although, you know, if you can start getting control of some of those power-ups, maybe blue starts timing that amp. If you can get the last 3 or 4 amps, that can make a huge difference. Oh, Fronow just jumping right into that shield gun by PB. Don't know if it did any damage, but it certainly disrupted him as he body blocked him from doing anything fancy there. I think what we're going to do is try to find, kind of rotate through. Oh, whoop. Who got that amp? Let's go find that amp. There you go. See Lino now taking this amp on offense. Nice little double kill there. Going for the multi. Can't quite get it though. Looks like red is compressed and put 2 or 3 people just defending their base right now. Going to be very difficult for blue to get anything going now, unless they can start stacking up with those power-ups. They certainly got that amp. They do have timing on it now at least. Trying to get this keg time now so they can hopefully get a flag run going. I suspect they had no idea where Ark went there, because they were kind of bouncing around the exits to their base, and Ark just kind of strolled across the map there. There's nobody in red base, so I'm not quite sure what happened there. A little miscue on blue side. It's really difficult to solo run on this map. You're not going to get a ninja run. There's nowhere to hide, but what I'm guessing happened is someone got caught out of position. Everyone was going right whenever the flag runner went left. And all it takes is a few seconds for him to pop out, turn that corner, and no one knows where he goes. So you see 5-0, 5 minutes left. Pretty much over at this point. We'll go ahead and just swap out camera views from person to person and see what we can see. See Coolspot on red, defending that right position. And that's kind of what it looks like. As someone who has played that flak defensive role, you're going to be dropping your translocator around that corner, pushing up, and really just putting forth as much damage as possible on people that are incoming. And if someone gets by you, you translocate back, pop in front of them, and then just Hit him with flak or, you know, goo, grenades, shield gun, whatever makes you happy. So on the whole, a little bit surprised here. In the meat grinder that can be a Chrome game, you sometimes see really long extended overtimes. I've certainly been in some really tight matches that went into long overtimes myself on this map. However, Reds just kind of had Blue's number on this one. Let's see Josh having some fun with packet loss. We'll go ahead and rotate the camera a little bit. The good thing about this map, it sets up some nice opportunities for some nice SCP coming with a headshot with some nice highlights. You don't really have to worry about missing much. You can throw anybody in the first person view, so we'll go ahead and give everyone a little bit of face time. See if anyone can do anything interesting. Looks like we've already got some people joining the next PUG. This is going to be our third PUG. We're not even on the second map here, so it looks like we may definitely see a fourth here. Not sure if I'll have my voice left for a fourth, but we'll see what can happen. See Blimpo with a nice little double kill there. Let's pop over to Fusion. I haven't really watched him much. I think he was defending on the other side over here, taking this. Oh no, he's actually on offense, huh? Well, at this point in the match, it's pretty much pub style. Blue knows they're not going to have a chance of coming back, so they can kind of just do whatever they want. Grenade defense, if you will. There you go. Always a good option. And while there's really no way to speedrun this map, there are a couple interesting jumps. I mean, anytime you're in one of these classic UT 2004 rooms where you've got static meshes bouncing around all over the place, you can do some interesting wall dodges, some interesting combos with that jump pad. Didn't really see a lot of those on display. We saw Lino make the jump pad wall dodge straight to the flag stand. It's a little bit of a risky one because if you miss that, it's going to actually slow you down. Nice double kill by Fusion coming in. I thought that combo was going to get a double kill. Didn't quite get it. He's just going to run in and try to take out some people. Go ahead and watch Ark. He's just still relentlessly grabbing this flag. Going after the 50. Going to miss it, so he's going to go down real quick. And pretty sure what he's been doing, you see him using that fast route. He's going straight through that teleporter for translocators. And he's not going to give up. With 2 minutes to go, I think he wants another cap across the board. Waiting for that 50. It should be up any second. He's probably going to grab and then maybe double back onto that 50. It just spawned. I don't think he saw it though. And go ahead and try to head out. Flak balls landing on people's heads, but not quite getting that kill. You're going to watch Lino though. He's been doing pretty much the same thing, just relentlessly grabbing those flags. And that's really the sort of mental stamina aspect of this map for flag runners, is you have to stay aggressive and you just have to keep pushing because it can get repetitive, it can feel a little bit frustrating, futile even, but you just have to keep in mind all it takes is well, in closer games at least, all it takes is 1 or 2 sort of times for the stars to align and a couple frags here and there, maybe a nice little pickup. All of a sudden you're walking across the map with 1 or 2 health and the rest of the team's all dead, and that's all it takes. Lino's still staying aggressive though, still playing his offensive role. Looks like the red team is compressed back under their flag stand, content to just ride this one out with a 5-0 lead and maybe see what kind of kills they can get. I'm going to go ahead and run through some power-ups here. I know it looked like we had CC, that's Josh, only grabbing 3 amps. Surprised. I thought I saw him grab more than that. The kegs aren't going to actually show up on the UT comp stats here, so I can't get 100% bead on which of those were grabbed. You can sort of bet that the people with the higher total health grabbed more of the kegs, but what that exact number could be, kind of hard to tell. Looks like the double damages are actually spread out fairly evenly. Blimpo had a lot of folks with 1. Yeah, Blimpo and Josh each had 3. So red team definitely locking it down, although a few different players had it in their hands. Keg a little bit harder to tell.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
But in the end, really, I think just came down to Red's fragging ability.
1.
Able to push their way through mid and get them to where they needed to be.
Flawless.
We'll see what they choose for the second map now.